Hey, this is Xmas, and this is my tutorial on how to play beabadoobees, the perfect pair on ukulele. In case you don't know how to read tabs, or you like watching tutorial videos for these kinds of things, this is the perfect video made for you. Just a quick note, I did arrange this piece to be played on a tenor ukulele for the low G string, just to kind of simulate the full range that a guitar has, but you could totally play this on a concert ukulele if you wanted. You can even do a soprano if you wanted. Just make sure that your G string is tuned to an E string instead, making your tuning E, C, E, A. There are 6 chord shapes in the whole entire song. I'm going to place them on the screen, hoping they all fit, just so you guys can see what you're in for. The majority of them are bar chords, so be prepared. Take a second to look at them, pause it if you need to. But we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you guys how I play the shapes. Right. So it's important to know your finger and string orders, right? So this is first, second, third, and fourth finger. And then the string farthest from you is your first, second, third, and fourth string. Alright, so for the first shape, I like to take my first finger and bar it over the second fret. I take my second finger and I place it on the third fret on the third string. My third finger goes on the fourth fret on the fourth string, and my fourth finger goes on the fourth fret on the second string. For the next shape, your first finger is still barred over the second fret, but your second finger is now on the third fret of the fourth string. My third finger goes on the third fret of the third string, and my fourth finger stays on the fourth fret on the second string. This shape is a little hard to play because your second and your third finger are squished together on one fret. Just make sure you put enough pressure on those fingers to make sure you get a nice ringing tone out of these strings. The next shape is exactly the same, except you're lifting your second finger. The next shape you're going to play, your first finger is going to be barred over the first fret, then your pinky is going to stay on the fourth fret on the second string. The next two shapes are a lot easier. You're just going to be taking your second finger and placing it on the second fret on the first string, and your fourth finger on the fourth fret of the second string. And then the next chord after that is just barring your first finger over the first fret. Alright, so we're going to move on to the plucking pattern. So for the first 3 shapes, all you're doing is you're plucking the fourth string with your thumb solo, and then the other 3 strings simultaneously with your other fingers. And that's for the first 3 shapes. So and then for this shape, you're going to be plucking the fourth string with your thumb solo, and then just plucking the second and third strings by themselves. And then for your last 2 shapes, same thing, you're plucking the fourth string with your thumb solo, but you're plucking the first and second strings instead. Pretty easy. Alright, next thing we talk about is the song formatting. So for the intro of the song, it's just the first 4 shapes you learned, and then for the verses, there are 4 lines per each verse. The first 2 lines will take up the 4 shapes, and then the last 2 lines will take up the next 2 remaining shapes. So line 1 has shapes 1 and 2, line 2 has shapes 3 and 4, line 3 has shapes 5, and line 4 has shapes 6. So if that doesn't make any sense to you guys, I'll go ahead and place the lyrics on the screen and put the shapes where they should be, just to give you guys somewhat of a better idea of how it should be played. So yeah, now you guys know how to play the whole entire song. Actually, the chord progression is repeated exactly the same throughout the whole entire song. If you guys play along with the song, you should be able to figure out kind of exactly how it's all plays, and it's pretty easy. So yeah, congratulations. Woo! But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Go ahead, like it, subscribe, do whatever your heart pleases, but just know that whatever you choose to do helps me out, and I appreciate it very much. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching again, and please stay tuned for my next video.